Over the past 100 episodes, how many times have we discussed Meghalaya? Many times, and understandably so. You see, for most people, Meghalaya is a tourist paradise, beautiful hills, serene rivers, hospitable people, and an old world charm not found in any other place of India. And that is true, of course. But that, let the Instagrammers cover. At EastMojo, we go beyond what is viral. For us, there is Meghalaya, which has a broken public health system, where employment rallies turn violent, where hooligans can hijack police vehicles and roam around in Shillong on Independence Day, and where not one, not two, but dozens of schools exist without real full-time teachers. Not my words, mind you, the words of Minister Lakhvin Rimbui. And of course, what is a northeast state without the threat of outsiders? Legal, illegal, Hindu, Muslim, Bihari, Bengali, all are bad, all are dangerous, all must be kicked out. Okay, we are generalizing here, but whether it is Dimapur or Shillong, Aizawl or Itanagar, and Agartala or Guwahati, there is no space in Northeast that A. either does not think they have already been overrun by outsiders, B. is being overrun by outsiders. And Meghalaya is no different. In today's episode of Decoded, we will discuss why Meghalaya has a difficult time ahead unless the governments, both state and centre, start addressing concerns. The future of Meghalaya looks as gloomy as the Shillong sky on an August afternoon. Pursuing for months.
Poor village of Assam.
In the 75th Independence Day.
Oh boy, where do we begin? Beginning of the 20th century, maybe? Nah, that'll be going back too much. Maybe 1864, when Shillong first became prominent after it succeeded Cherrapunji as the district headquarters. Or maybe 1874, when it was made the capital of the new province of Assam. We can start in 1897, when an earthquake destroyed the city, necessitating its complete rebuilding. Or maybe post-independence. After all, the Northeast Frontier Agency's headquarters were in Shillong until that region became the Union Territory of Arunachal Pradesh in 1972. You see, Shillong has a rich history, and what do urban spaces have in common? Migrants, lots of migrants, and that in modern history is a big issue. On paper, Indians can move and work anywhere within the Indian territory, and even every day billions of people do that. But on paper, Northeast states of India also have several strong laws that protect local customs, land and culture, and assure them that no matter what, the indigenous claims to the land will not be contested or changed. So, on one hand, 4 of our states, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal and Manipur, have the concept of inner line permit, but other Northeast states do not. And here begins the first issue. Meghalaya, in theory and again on paper, should have ILP. It did pass it, as we have been repeating for years now, but the centre has put it on hold. Why? Because, well, they can. What can Congress Sangma do beyond requesting the centre's attention? He is an ally, he will understand the reasons. What reasons? Don't ask me. I mean, one reason could simply be that the BJP does not trust the NPP. After all, remember when Amit Shah called the NPP government the ally, one of the most corrupt in the country? Politics, lovely politics, and when politicians focus only on saving their careers, civilians take the law into their hands. No, we are not talking about the weather or climate change, but when the Khasi Students' Union started checking documents of illegal immigrants, it hardly surprised anyone. This is the reality in Shillong. When there was a rally against unemployment, who got beaten up? Authorities? Of course not. Migrant daily wage labourers. Who was shot dead recently by unidentified miscreants? A Bihari labourer, of course. It hardly mattered that the worker shot dead was in his 50s and was born in Meghalaya. His family left after the horror. So if that was the aim, well done. But thousands of migrant workers continue to infiltrate Shillong, right? So how do we go about this? I'm not sure, but killing all of them would be an issue, and at some point others might begin noticing the killings. Of course, a simpler way would be to kick them out, and let us be honest, that is what most people want. Remember when alleged encroachments were brought down by Hanutrap Youth Council in Shillong in May? Look at the comments on the video. Most people support it and several others want this to be replicated in their states. Now I leave it to you to decide whether students' unions should be allowed to do the work that again on paper must be done by authorities, but do not for even a moment think that these moves will be opposed by locals. The longer the government remains in limbo, the more the support grows. We can sit and argue whether there are too many immigrants in Meghalaya or not, but the truth is the locals in majority believe so, and that is why the government needs to be proactive. Conrad Sangma is a veteran politician and the heir of one of the strongest political dynasties in the northeast, but one that has been weakened of late. Sure, he did very well to return to power in Meghalaya in 2022, but this year he watched his party lose both MP seats in Meghalaya. Wait, let me rephrase that. NPP was not even in the race for the two seats. In Shillong, the VPP made light work of a political powerhouse like Emperor in Lingdo, and in Garo Hills, the Sangma bastion, a Sangma did win, but it was not Conrad's sister, Agatha. It was Saleng Sangma who disseminated Agatha's claim. VPP is a party that is on an upsurge, and like all regional parties, it too claims to speak for the indigenous people, which is great, of course. But NPP, Congress, TMC and BJP claim to do that. Now in Ricky Singkhong, VPP has a voice at the national level and he is likely to use all his time and resources to highlight local issues. Saleng Sangma will do the same too. But if they speak for the locals, what will the NPP do? They will try to speak more for locals, of course. But how can they do that when laws like ILP remain hanging? Every time Conrad is quizzed about ILP, he has little to say that is of substance, and in his weakness lies the opportunity for his opposition. Every time a migrant colony is attacked, the IDs are checked and in name of security by those who are not part of the authority, and every time a migrant worker is killed, it will embolden those who believe immigrants do not deserve to be in Meghalaya. For the opposition, it is a win-win situation. If Conrad's government does crack on immigrants, it will confirm that those allegedly taking laws into their own hands were right. And if his government does not crack down on immigrants, it gives those in opposition ample gunpowder to keep the NPP government on its toes. Regardless, one thing is sure. The NPP, the TMC, the BJP, the VPP or any other political party will not be stupid enough to speak for the immigrants, because that would be political suicide. And the centre? What can we expect from a centre that took 1 year, a political defeat and a roaring MP to even begin acknowledging the horrors in Manipur? Nothing. And that cannot be a good thing for Meghalaya.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.